and welcome. My name is Samuel Kamwenji, a certified credit union financial counselor and also a credit union development educator here at Innova Federal. Our mission statement here at Innova is to help improve our members' financial well-being. I am excited today to share with you about credit report and how to establish, repair, and improve your credit score. But first off, what is a credit report? A credit report is a detailed statement with information of one's credit history in as far as how you're managing and repaying your debt. Basically, it shows how your bills, how you pay your bills, or whether you pay on time, how much debt you have, how much credit utilization you have, and how long you have been managing the credit accounts. Credit report is divided into various sections. I'll highlight a few of them. Number one, the first part has your personal information. This is your name, your social security number, your date of birth, your employment history. The second part is the accounts that you have. These are all accounts open and credit cards up to 7 years of monthly payment. Number three is we have the section about the enquiries, how many enquiries have been made on your credit, that as far as the hard pulls. These are enquiries that have been associated with things like new credit for the last 2 years, whether they be hard enquiries or soft enquiries. The fourth part is the public records, which are public information, such as banking, such as if you have filed bankruptcy or anything that shows there in the public domain. Bankruptcy, as I mentioned, as well as the foreclosure. The fifth part of the credit union shows the collection accounts. These are accounts that have been sent to the collection agencies, and these are accounts that have been late unpaid, let's say for the last 30 days or 120 days or more. And those type of accounts stays in your credit report for 7 years from the date they went delinquent. And the other part I want to highlight is that in a credit report, you also find a consumer statement. This is a statement that you submit yourself regarding whether you have made any disputes, or if you want to put a statement, for example, don't offer credit until you call me, and you put your number there as a statement on your credit report. Here in the United States, there are 3 major credit bureaus that report on your credit report. The first one is Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian. The scoring of your credit report ranges from 300 to 850. Now, the credit can be described as poor, fair. It can also be described as good or even excellent. Now, let me mention here that your credit history does not have to be your credit future. You can always make improvement. And I always say that the greatest room in this world is room for improvement. So your credit history does not always have to remain the way it is. Okay, now let's look a little bit about the importance of a good credit score or a good credit report. Now, let me also mention and say that your credit ability is your credibility. Your credit ability is your credibility. When you have a good credit, it's easier for you to access credit as far as loans or credit cards. Most of the lenders will look at your credit and determine, number one, how much you're going to qualify for, and secondly, at what interest. So the higher, the better. Secondly, many financial institutions and employers will access your credit when you apply for a job. And there is a research that has been done there by Human Resource Management. It shows that 47% of employers look at a candidate's credit score. So if you have a good score, guess what? You'll be able to get better and greater opportunities for a job. Thirdly, some insurance companies in different states will look at your credit score to determine whether what kind of rates they are going to give you. And so the better the rate, the better the credit score you have, the better the rates you can get, such as car insurance or homeowners insurance or other insurance product. Number 4, utility companies. If you're setting up for services such as electric or gas and so forth, many of them will access your credit report and see how you've been managing your debt. Number 5 is easier. Some of the cell phone companies nowadays, if you have a good score, they may not necessarily require you to have a security deposit. And number 6 is that when you have a good credit score, you will be able to have many options for housing, such as when you are applying for an apartment, most of the landlord will access your credit report and see, how is your payment history, and you'll be able to easily get an apartment. So let me give you another example, and this, for instance, we look at a mortgage of amount of $250,000 for a 30-year term. And somebody with a good credit, all other factors held constant, because there are so many other factors that are involved in calculation and payment, somebody with a good credit score may get 4.25%, and somebody with an impaired credit score may get 5.75%. 5.75%. You can see the rate is slightly different, but the amount, when you calculate at the end of the 30-year term, someone that got 5.75%, they end up paying $82,740 more than someone who has 4.25. So it is always important to shoot for a higher credit score. So the next segment, we are going to look at how the credit score is calculated. Again, the score ranges from 300 all the way to 850. Now, 35% of the score, which is close to 297 points somewhere there, accounts for your payment history. Are you paying on time? So it's very important to pay our bills on time. The second large segment of your credit score, which is 30%, that one is calculated through your credit utilization. Let's say you have a limit of 15,000 on your credit card. How much of that are you using? So the higher the credit utilization you're using, it may impact your credit card. It may impact your credit score negatively. The other percentage, 15% of your credit score, is calculated on how long, the length of the credit. The longer your history of on-time payment, the higher the score will be. So it may be wise to leave good accounts open and active, so don't be closing them very often. 10% accounts for the type of the credit you have. So this means you have different mixed trade lines. There is revolving, there is the installment. So maybe you have a line of credit here, a credit card here, a mortgage, a car loan. When you have the mix, the better. And then the last part of it is 10%. The 10% of your score regards to your recent activity. That is, inquiries. Are there too many hard inquiries in the last 12 months? Those may impact your credit score negatively. And now for this other segment, let us talk about how to improve your credit score. Tips. Tip number 1, pay your bills on time as much as possible. Set up reminders, set up auto pay. When you pay on time, remember 34% of your score is regarding your payment history. Number 2, faithfully follow a monthly spending plan, also called a budget. That way you can schedule your payments. You know how much is going out this month, so you're not having surprises or you're forgetting to pay a bill here that may impact your credit report negatively. Number 3, remember to keep your credit utilization down. Most people recommend, or most financial advisors recommend keeping it under 30%. Number 4, keep your accounts active. Don't close them, especially those good accounts may remain in your report for a long time. Check your credit report for errors, and dispute them and write them and check them accordingly and write the credit report bureaus if you spot any errors. Number 6, it is good to monitor your credit report on a monthly basis. And here is where we have a special, if you belong to Innova Federal and you have a Shield checking account, one of the benefits of having the Shield checking account, other than the interest rate that you get 4% and cell phone protection and so many other benefits. One of the benefits that I have that Shield checking is that I am able to monitor my credit report every month. I can be able to get a score every month, and every 180 days, I can get a new credit report. So it's good to monitor your credit report to check for errors and also check for any fraud. It's easy to spot fraud on your credit report. So the other point that I need to raise here is beware of quick fixes. There are some companies that promise you a quick fix on your credit score. Do your research so that you don't end up being scammed or taken advantage of. So the next point we need to say is Innova can help you if you need some help building your credit or establishing credit or repairing your credit. We are here, like I said earlier, our mission statement is to improve our members' financial well-being. We have a couple products that will help you. Number 1, we have a credit builder loan. This loan does not require upfront money. You don't have to come up with money up front. But the way this functions, the minimum is $500, and what you do, you pay towards that. Let's say, for example, you say, yes, let me get on board for that. We would open it, and every 20th of the month, you'll be able to deposit about $44 that we put in a certificate or a CD, and that money is secured there. Every month, you put it in. Get reported every month. And another cool thing about this is you're also saving. So it's a way of saving. Most people have used, that I have helped build credit this way, they have used that money as a down payment for maybe a vehicle, or used it for other, other areas of their lives or financial goals. So it's a way of saving, but it's also your money working for you. The other one we have is called a secured Visa credit card. That does require the minimum. You can do minimum 200, or you can do as much as you would like. And then what happens, that is held in your savings as a collateral, 200, and then you get a credit card. And the same way you use your debit card, the same way you would use this secured Visa credit card, we report it to the credit bureau as you're paying on time. And the thing with this type of setup accounts is you want to make sure you're paying on time, and you can always monitor these through the online banking. So I want to take this chance to thank you very much for listening. If you have a question, please feel free to call. You can call. My direct number here is 574-322-6695. I look forward to helping you. As I have said here at Innova, we are always looking for the ways we can improve your financial well-being. Now is the time to take a step. And remember, your credit history does not need to be your credit future. You can always do something about it, and we are excited to help you. So give us a call here at Innova Federal, and we'll be ready to assist you. Thank you, and have a wonderful time.